Sharisse's daughter came home from her father Dennis's house with a severe burn on her arm that required 6 skin graft surgeries. The girl wouldn't say what happened to her, but Sharisse thinks that Dennis's girlfriend Virginia burnt her daughter. However, Virginia and Dennis both believe that Sharisse is to blame for the burn and sent the child to their house in order for them to be accused. So you found out about the burn through Dennis, right?
Yes.
He called you and said, hey, our daughter's got
He texted me and said, I sent her over there, did I notice anything on her arm? And I'm like, no, nothing was wrong with her. Yeah. So he like, well, oh, she got a spider bite. So I'm like, well, put some peroxide on it or some alcohol, and when she get home.
I mean, can anybody look at that and say that's a spider bite?
That's what he told me.
I mean, if anything, that looks like a dog bit a huge chunk out of somebody's arm. You ask your daughter, honey, what happened to you, right?
She said, I was asleep on the floor and I woke up and my arm was like this. And I was like, well, baby, you can't just be asleep and wake up. Did you see anybody moving away from you or anything? So she's like, no. So I keep pressing her. And she's like, well, mommy, I can't tell you because Virginia said that if I tell you, you won't let me come back and see my dad. So I'm like, well, did anybody do anything? So she's like, I can't tell you.
But don't you think that's unusual that your daughter wouldn't tell you somebody did this to her?
No, I don't think it's unusual. I don't think it's unusual because she loved her dad. And if she know that, I'll be like, you can't go over there. Something happened to you, you can't go over there.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about, this isn't a slap on the butt, a slap on the face. This is physical torture. When you get burned, that's physical torture. And
it is.
I gotta imagine the pain. Like, first of all, she didn't wake up and, oh, I discovered this on my arm. That is not how that happened.
Right.
I mean, she wasn't sleeping in a fire pit, was she?
No.
Okay, so
I don't think,
she's laying on the floor, sleeping, you know, how did this horrific burn happen, okay? I do find it unusual because she hasn't told Dennis either, right?
No.
So I'm sure the father says, hey, honey, how did you burn yourself? You have said, what happened? What child who gets horrifically burned won't say something?
She loved her dad.
That I'm trying to figure out. Your daughter ever tell anyone else how the burn occurred?
She told my family member how it happened.
How did she say it happened?
She told my family member to promise not to tell me, and that it was some curlers that go on the stove. Virginia burnt her with some curlers on the stove and asked her, oh, do it hurt? And
do you believe that story?
I do.
Okay. Virginia says that you threatened her before and showed up at her house with a hammer.
I did. I did. She talked that trash to me. Yeah. And don't be talking that trash to me.
So when you talk trash, it's hammer time. Now, if Virginia fails, obviously, you're going to go back and report this to
Yeah, definitely. I definitely am.
Okay. And you would like to see her go to prison.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this. Whoever did this, they deserve to go to prison.
They do.
Let's meet Virginia.
I'm just confused on how you brought it up that I burned your. I hope. I know for a fact I didn't burn your baby. You better hope that your story is true, and I hope you figure out who did burn her. Because as a parent, it's very irresponsible to not know what happened to your child.
We already know.
We already know what?
We already know.
If we already knew, I wouldn't be here.
We already know.
I called the show. Did I call or did you call?
I was.
So you evidently wasn't concerned enough about what was going on with your child to get to the bottom of it.
We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
We are, and then let's address the issue with you coming to my house at 2 o'clock. I have 3 kids of my own.
Wait, how many months ago was that?
That was 2 years ago.
So,
May of 20.
So why you ain't address it then?
That happened in May of 2022.
Why didn't you address it then?
And the issue with that
why you ain't address it then?
To my
when
home.
She came with the hammer?
Why you ain't address it then?
Not only did she come with a hammer, she had her daughter in the car with her at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Stop
she
lying.
tells her
Why
daughter.
did she come over at 2 o'clock in the morning?
We had gotten into like a verbal argument.
Yeah.
It was a lot of nasty words exchanged, and a lot of this is because Dennis goes back and forth. Like she just said, he expressed some of my personal information to her, which I was never comfortable with her knowing. So you can imagine this is not his first time doing that.
So there was allegations against you for abusing
one of your children. Yes, it was allegations prior for daughter, so I was maybe 20 years old. When I woke up in the morning, she had marks underneath her eyes and on her chin. I didn't know.
Like what kind of mark? Like black and blue or?
No, like black. So like, you know, if you scrape yourself when you fall on a bike
Yeah.
and it heals over black, it looked like that.
Okay.
Mind you, like I said, the night prior when I
Did you
came
cause
home,
those injuries?
No, I didn't at all. I
you have-
actually woke up that morning. I reached out to the hospital immediately. I called an ambulance to the hospital.
And did you ever find out what caused those injuries?
No, I didn't. They indicated me, and I was not even there
Did
for
they
that
take
incident.
your children away?
Yeah, they did. They
For how
took
long?
my 2 daughters at the time. It was a little over a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a little over a year. Mind you, I didn't do that, which is why I'm so sensitive to this case today, because I've already been put through the ringer and indicated for something that I did not do and lost my kids. So I'll be damned if they indicate me for somebody else's child.
Okay. So you didn't take a curling iron, put it on the little girl
Steve,
and say,
I don't
"Does this
even,
hurt?"
let me tell you something.
Can you just answer the question?
Never. I do natural hairstyles. I done braided her daughter's hair over 15 times, never received a dime for it, never got any products provided, anything. I don't put heat to a child at all.
Right.
I asked you to do my baby hair.
You send her over with her hair looking tragic, and because my kids' hair stay done, I don't want her to go out and feel a type of way about how her hair looks, so I make sure it looks good.
Let's meet your ex, who you currently are with, Dennis.
Girl, you got
You twice my age out here acting ridiculous.
day, girl.
Sharisse, you a lie.
You got
everything you saying, you was a lie.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense at all.
Yeah.
I went and came and got my daughter the Saturday,
Yeah.
the weekend of Veterans Weekend.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I got my daughter.
Yeah.
By that Sunday, Monday.
She was at my house for less than 15 hours, Steve.
I've been with Virginia for 5 years. My daughter be with me. And before this happened, my daughter was with me every weekend. You can ask my family, anybody.
Yeah,
My
she
daughter
really?
was always with me, not you.
You got her name tattooed on your neck.
I was 20 years
Okay.
old when I met her.
19,
Right.
and she was
35.
Right.
Disgusting.
Hey, take her off stage. Just walk off stage. Okay. Yeah. Sit down.
But I'm the immature one.
So, I just want you to give all the young men out there thinking about putting a woman's name on their neck.
It ain't worth it.
Yeah, don't do that.
It ain't worth it. Put your mom there.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I stated before you came out on stage, when I saw your daughters burn, I was a policeman. I saw a lot of terrible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard for me to look at, see your daughter burn like that.
Steve, I can literally sit here and say, when we first seen it, that picture ain't look like that.
Okay, and I believe that.
It
because
wasn't like
burns,
that at
if they
all.
happen in the beginning, they don't look as bad
When we
until
first seen
after.
it, when we first noticed it and seen it, half of it was like, I can say white or trying to heal, and the other half of it had a scab on it.
Did you cause the burn to your
No.
daughter? Okay. Do you think Sharisse could have burned her own child?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this not, how can I put it? It's been many a time came with me with marks on her body.
Now,
From Sharisse whooping her or beating her and stuff like that.
Now, she says that she got a letter from CPS saying she's in the clear, but you and Virginia are suspects.
My point exactly. So when all this came into play and everything happened, why isn't CPS doing no type of investigation on her or at her house? I sat there and provided them with so much information about. They didn't tell me nothing.
Okay. Isn't this very strange that she won't say? Because listen, I don't think in a million years she doesn't know what happened. Okay.
Correct.
She didn't wake up and, oh, I felt this on my shoulder. That didn't happen.
Right.
She didn't get it from laying on the floor.
Right.
That is a burn. Somebody deliberately did that to this little girl. You tell me as a father, how come she's not telling you?
To me,
Yeah.
what I know,
Your
and I know
dad.
my daughter,
She loves
she not
you.
telling me because she's covering up for somebody.
Okay.
And she ain't covering up for Virginia.
Okay. Let's
Fine.
bring Sharisse and Virginia back out one more time. You didn't burn your daughter?
No.
And Virginia, you didn't
Not
burn.
at all.
Okay. So, Sharisse, you have an older daughter. It's not yours, but you have an older child. Her name's Takira. So before I bring your daughter out, you've had 2 other children that suffered burns.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
That is not a coincidence.
I was at work.
You lost a son to the burns.
I did.
From a pot of boiling water.
I did.
And your other daughter, she walks around with permanent scars.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see, like, is this
It's not a
coincidence or?
I was at work. They were with
Okay.
yeah.
All right, well, let's
So,
bring your daughter
yeah.
to Kyra out.
Yeah.
Fact, you burnt my little sister, Virginia.
Are you
Yes,
God?
I do.
Are you God?
Yes, I do.
Are you God?
I am God.
I am. You want to be. You want to be. You want to be. Y'all so pressed for me to do it. What is y'all going to do
and then
when
for
these
you to
results
bring
come
up
back?
me,
That
and then for you to bring up my
I don't even know
ain't got nothing to do with you.
I don't know you. I don't know your name. I don't know your establishment. I don't know your height, weight, size, class, none of that.
You were burned as a child.
Yes, I was.
Pot of boiling water fell on you?
Yes.
And your brother died of it?
Yes, my little brother did pass away.
Do you recover from your injuries? You still have scars though, right?
Yes.
Okay. In this case, when we're talking about your younger sister, do you think there's any chance that your mother burned your sister?
No.
Okay. Who do you think burned your sister?
She was at Virginia House.
You
so
think-
Virginia did it.
You think Virginia did it?
I do.
Okay. Is there anybody, here's a chance to say, you know what, I accidentally burned a child, I got scared, and...
All this let me know if somebody on this stage did it, so I want to hear the results.
Yeah, me too. I ain't
So who was somebody? Because I ain't take no like.
Virginia took a lie detector test.
Thank you. I did 2.
Yes, one was with your own child with the allegations in the past. I'm going to do that one first. Did you cause those rug burns on your daughter's face when she was a baby?
No.
You answered no. Did you physically abuse your daughter when she was a baby, causing a mark or a bruise? You answered no. Were you responsible for the injuries to your daughter's face when she was a baby? You answered no. The results to those 3 questions came back all the same, and it came back that Virginia told the truth. Then we go on to ask about Dennis's daughter. Did you cause that burn mark on your stepdaughter's arm in November of 2024?
No.
You answered no. Do you have direct knowledge about who burned your stepdaughter in November of 2024? You answered no. Are you concealing information about who burnt your stepdaughter?
Not at all.
You said no. Results came back all the same.
Truthful.
And they came back that Virginia told the truth.
Thank you. They don't hear it. The disrespect not loud as the the disrespect not loud as the apology. The disrespect will never be loud as the apology because they
Do you have direct knowledge about who burned your daughter in November of 2024? She answered no. Did you cause that burn mark on your daughter's arm in November of 2024? She answered no. The results came back the same to each of those 2 questions, and it came back that Sharisse did not tell the truth. You lost a brother. You were burned. I'm not saying she caused it, but you know how horrific that must have been for you.
Correct. I still got to walk around with the scars.
Yes. And now your mother is on our show, which we don't know anybody. You come here, she called the show, we bring you on, we give lie detector tests.
Correct.
We stand by him. Your mother fails for burning your little sister.
That how I feel, I'm pissed off.
Yeah. What do you want to say to your mom?
You got me on national TV. We could have handled this at home.
You believe it?
Them lie detector tests ain't fake. They not fake.
Y'all got me.
It's not fake. Honestly,
y'all got me all the way.
And I apologize to both of y'all. I apologize.
And I never would have believed this.
You were standing up for your mom. There's nothing wrong with that.
I never would have believed this.
Listen.
I never would have believed this.
I
never would have believed it was like this.
I want to give you a
Give me a chance for what?
to tell the truth.
The truth, I didn't burn my baby.
Okay.
I didn't burn my baby.
But you're not,
You know who
you
did.
failed
I didn't
this.
burn my baby. I don't care what that paper says.
know who did.
I don't care what that paper says.
what happened.
I didn't burn. I didn't burn my baby. I didn't burn my baby.
So what
and this show
happened?
ain't right.
So what
This
happened?
show ain't right.
What happened?
Hold on.
This show ain't
Okay.
right.
So what happened?
The
This
show
show ain't right.
The show is
You say
right.
what you-
You ain't right.
I know
You
that.
burned your child. I hope this eases the burden on you two. I hope they're really going to examine her and find out what happened to this little girl because she deserves justice.
They not,
does.
though. They
What-
not.
Well, I
They
hope.
not. They not.
Who not what?
Because
I got y'all back.
Yeah, man.
I like
I have y'all back.
It's about the law.
I gotta get my daughter.
Because it happened to me.
Like, I gotta get my daughter.
I hope justice is done for your daughter. I wish you all luck. Anything we can do to help.
Please, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for showing out.